I watched the joint media statement given by the Premier and the Governor the other day. It's good that we want to tackle crime, but I'm sitting there thinking the level of disrespect to Turks and Caicos Islanders, the level of disrespect to the force. Here we have the governor say she's appointing an interim police chief, only for a couple of months, until the new commissioner arrives in May. So this guy's going to be here for about February, March, April, May, 3 months. He's not going to have time to settle. So what gets me is that we have senior police officers, Turks and Caicos Islanders most of them, who have been in the force for years and years, and they have served in the capacity of commissioner and as deputy commissioner. So you can tell me that these persons we have in our force, you don't think that they are qualified and capable of leading the force even for a few months? What level of disrespect is that, not only to the Turks and Caicos Islanders, but to those officers and to the police department on a whole? Are you saying, as the governor, and you sitting there next to him like the premier, like we are doing something good for crime, but you are undermining your people. You're undermining your country's belief and support in their own police. You are saying that we are not capable of solving crimes. You're saying that we're not capable of policing, that we have to bring someone in for 2 months as an intern? What level of disregard is that? I don't care who he is. Unless he's Jesus Christ coming and saying, I'm going to stop crime, crime will continue. You see, this whole approach to crime has allowed it to get out of control. You see, if you want to tackle crime, it's a complex thing and a multidisciplinary approach. It isn't just about policing. The police are called after the crime is being committed. But we have to shape those minds. We have to put in social matters, educational matters, economic measures, all those things that contribute to the person's committing crime. That part of it has been neglected. And so we continue to have this rising criminal element. And one thing, if you have looked at the police department for years and years, the police department has been under-resourced, undermanned and under-resourced. They don't have the money to get the equipment that they need, nor the manpower that they need to do proper policing. We still can't do proper community policing because we don't have enough foots on the ground that can patrol. And now you can tell me that you have no level. I don't know how to describe it. And belief that the persons that we had there for years can't hold the post for 3 months. That is utterly ridiculous. And I find it as a slap in the face. We appreciate the measures now that the governor seems to be taking in regards to beefing up the police force. The rapid age package, needed. We needed a criminal analyst for a long time. We needed more investigations. We needed firearm officers. Long time those things were needed. The police has always been the ambit of the governor. They're responsible for security. So the fact that we are lax and so far behind because of the fact that they had failed to put in resources or support the folks that were in there to build a good and decent police force. I interact with the police often. I'm a defense attorney, so I get to look at the investigation. I get to talk to them, understand. I get to cross-examine. I get to dig into what they do. And I can tell you for a fact that there are some good police officers. Some police officers who are passionate about this country. They may not be Turks and Caicos Islanders, but they're passionate about this country, and they're passionate about crime, and they're passionate about the job. And some of them are doing a good job. Mind you, in all organizations, you can have those who are just marking time. But there are some officers that just need support. We have some very good officers. I must compliment them. I criticize their work often because of my job, but some of them do a remarkable job as investigation. They just lack the tool. Now you want to add intelligence? Good. Now you want to give them the resources? Good. But this whole thing about bringing in an interim police chief, what is he going to achieve? In 3 months, he's not going to be able to settle. He's still not going to know his ass from his elbow and the policing community in the Turks and Caicos Islands. That move is a total disregard and disrespect to the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. I feel it is an insult. And I watched the premier sit there and support this. You see, We have a very short memory. Remember South Africa? We have a very short memory. When they begin to take over, why? It's because for security and safety. When every institution end up being in the hands of the British and they manipulate it and control it to keep the people subservient. Remember history. We need to stop believing in our own. We need to start supporting our own. This is utterly ridiculous and should not be accepted. I made a post the other day in regards to how I felt about the governor appointing a interim police commissioner for a few months when we had deputies commissioners in place who were acting and serving as commissioner. Well, this seems to have generated a lot of debate and criticism. One particular is the fact that there were some who believed that I spoke out about this because of some personal interest, knowing that Mr. Rodney Adams, deputy commissioner, is my brother-in-law, and Kenny Grant, who is next in line, is my brother. To tell you the truth, I did not speak up on this issue on behalf of either one of those gentlemen. And yes, it is personal, and it's not personal for the reasons that you say it is. It's not personal because Kenny and Rodney are related to me. It is personal to me as a Turks and Caicos Islander. I felt insulted, and we all should feel insulted in regards to what has happened. Because there we have a leader of our country, and the leader that we chose saying that we are not good enough or effective enough to take head position, to make it seem that we are incompetent. And that is not a fact. You see, as a professional in Turks and Caicos Islands, you get to realize that as long as you're an islander, you are second choice. You may go to the same schools, you might do better in universities. When it comes to being appointed to top positions, the foreigners always picked. And it only could be because they are foreigners. The fact is, you have companies and people bringing in individuals, and then the islander who is in place have to train them to do their job, train the person their own supervisors. What type of foolishness is that? You see, that behavior is common in regards to colonialism, because one of the things of the colonial masters to instill in the people an inferiority complex and to make them think that they are not good enough. As a matter of fact, they get them through manipulation to spread their own message. They get the locals to say that, yes, we're not good enough and we need you. We need to get out of this colonial mindset. Now, back into this thing about the police, the interim commissioner. Look, we have a short memory. Look at it. For 14 years, we have been led by overseas commissioner. This post has been going from one Brit to another. It's like a reward for service. 14 years we have been led by a foreign commissioner. So you can tell me after 14 years that the commissioners wasn't able to train somebody to replace them? Are you saying the Turks Islanders are that stupid? The fact that you say that the persons who are left there were not trained or not ready for the post tells me that you, as commissioner, past commissioners, failed. Because part of the duty of a commissioner is not only to lead and direct his force, but to make the force sustainable. And that is to train his replacement. None of these people did it. And now they saying that we failed. No, if they say we're not capable, because that you failed. But look at it again. The last local commissioner we had was Hall. I think we had 3 murders during that time, and 2 were solved. How much we have today? How much is being solved? You forget it. For the last 3 commissioners, Turks and Caicos Islanders was calling for their resignation because they were ineffective. Crime keep going up, and they were not having it under hand or in control. We called for them to be removed, but the governor, all powerful, the last governor, said no, and the one before that said no. They picked the police chief, and they had confidence in him, and they kept him there, even though we as people called for them to be removed. So tell me, how is it now that these persons who have failed are said to be better than islanders who have been in there, who have been doing the job? who have held positions. It is personal because we allow this to happen all the time to us as Turks and Caicos Islands. And we is our greatest enemy, and that we carry the message of our colonial masters, bad mouthing one another and speaking of our own inefficiencies as opposed to theirs. This colonial mercantilism has to stop. How are we going to grow and develop as a people? We got to guide one day our own ship. Anyway, that's my rumbling.